Well, Eric, another back and forth tale of murder in New York State. A millionaire car dealer is now in his third trial for the same death. Cal Harris accused of killing his estranged wife. Michelle Harris disappeared the night of September 11, 2001. Harris was convicted in his first trial, but that verdict was set aside after a new witness came forward. In 2009, Harris was convicted a second time, but that verdict was overturned after the judge had an issue with one of the jurors. Well, now in his third trial, Harris's defense is trying to implicate two other men. So let's bring in Brian Claypool, criminal defense attorney, and Eric Guster, also a criminal defense attorney. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Cal Harris was in the midst of a bitter divorce from Michelle. She went missing. Her body has never been found, nor a murder weapon. Brian, we're in the 8th week now of this third trial. How would you say it's going?
Well, it's a crapshoot because he's been convicted twice before. But I'll tell you this, if the judge allows evidence to be presented of the two other men who might have committed this murder, then I think that will shift the onus on the prosecutor. And I think he might either get an acquittal, Harris, or he might get a hung jury on this. But I think that's the crucial factor in this case. Can his lawyer bring in evidence of these two other gentlemen? Because remember, the defense thus far has been, hey, somebody else might have done it, but you, law enforcement, didn't really investigate anybody else, and you've got the wrong person. So this is a threshold decision that's going to be made soon in this case.
Eric, we should point out these two prior convictions were based on circumstantial evidence, which you say some of it's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's very strong. And Calvin Harris makes Mahatma Gandhi look perfect in this type of case. Let me tell you why. He is the devil in a blue suit. This man did not call his wife. He did not after she went missing, and that is a major piece of evidence in this case. Because when his wife went missing, he didn't call her, he didn't check on her, she just went missing, and this man, he should be convicted of this for a third time. And just like Brian said a few minutes ago, when a person has another trial as a defendant, you know the prosecution's case, and that allows you to put on better evidence for your case, because as defense lawyers, we love an acquittal based upon a case being overturned, because we already know what the case is that the prosecution has, and they've lost this case twice, so they already know their entire playbook, and they're trying to put something in evidence to give that jury reasonable doubt.
Yeah, Brian, there was also blood splatter in the Harris home, in addition to what Eric was pointing out, that he didn't call her after she supposedly went missing. No calls to her cell saying, hey, where are you? She was moving on already. She had a boyfriend. So more about this new defense. The defense lawyer, Bruce Barkett, has argued that there were these other men in Michelle's life. The police never really looked at them. They had their minds made up. And the judge is going to decide soon whether or not this evidence can be introduced to implicate these two other men. What ruling do you expect? I know you're saying it to be very pivotal. Which way do you think it's going to go?
Well, first of all, Patty Ann, if we start convicting people because they didn't call to see whether their estranged wife was okay, or if we start convicting people because, gee, they're the only one that had a motive to kill somebody, then we're going to have a lot of prisons filled up in the United States with innocent people. We've got to get back to the basics. What evidence do you have that Cal Harris killed his estranged wife? Remember, an estranged wife. Let's look at this. Let's look at this, though, to get back to your other question then. If Harris's lawyer has any bona fide evidence at all that, for example, she was in a relationship with somebody else, that went awry, then there can be evidence brought in of the other two gentlemen who should have been suspects. And then one more point on the blood. This blood spatter issue is nothing in terms of convicting Cal Harris, because Michelle Harris could have cut her finger, cut her knee, and that could be the basis for the blood. And we don't even know how long that blood's been there. It could have been from 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Brian, quick last word.
Blood splatter, no calls to your wife that you have children with. It's not like they didn't have kids and nothing in common. They had children together. And of course he didn't call her because she knew she was dead. So this case is much more than just a simple lack of evidence case. This has very strong circumstantial evidence.
We are unfortunately going to have to leave it there. There's so much more. A very interesting case, and we'll stay on it for you all. Brian Claypool, Eric Guster, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.